Hi everyone and God bless. My name is Jocelyn Elpaculba from Bachelor of Elementary Education. So for this video, I'm going to discuss about Chapter 2, Natural Law, St. Thomas Aquinas. So without further ado, let's start. So for today's learning outcomes, at the end, we should be able to first recognize the meaning of natural law and its relation to ethics. Second, explain how natural law and its imprint of the divine will of the pre-person. And third, appreciate and articulate the rule of the natural law in crafting an ethical life. And last, discuss conscience and how this is defined by natural law. So first, let's know who is St. Thomas Aquinas. So St. Thomas Aquinas was born in 1225. He is an Italian Catholic priest who belongs to the religious order of preachers or Dominicans. And he is also medieval philosopher, theologian, saint, and angelic doctor of the Roman Catholic Church. And he is a great influence by Aristotle's writings and famous for Christianizing Aristotle's philosophy, which means that they borrowed the philosophical concept of Aristotle to explain the Christian's teachings. So, itsi Dios non durator. So means even if there is no God, it is no expression that highlights the validity of his ethical system with or without faith in the Creator God. So when we say ethical system, knowing what is good and bad, or what is right and wrong, regardless of some of us don't believe in God, but it's a part of the human that we have our conscience, that conscience will dictate you or us what is right for you. Freedom relates to freedom to human person, enable him to recognize through reason the very principle of foundation of all things, is knowing the best goal of thing, able to make for it through decisive action. So in our own, or we have our free will to choose either good or bad. So it's important kasi for in making decision, if we know what is right and right to choose. So for human, it is natural for us to make a reason that is why it's a natural law. Conscience and natural law. So conscience, one is inclined to that it is in the proper functioning of reason in moving the human person towards to an end goal that is fitting at his or her dignity. One cannot do right thing if one does not know what it is. To know human freedom for St. Thomas. So it's an imprint as the divine will in the very being of the human person. This sharing of human reason in the eternal will or divine law is for him or her natural law. So it is marked in our heart the value of being morally good. Our decision rely on of what decision we make to relate on what is the will of God, and it's up to us to have that natural law or the eternal will. So the relationship between the eternal and natural law. So the secret book for Christian does, since the creation of the Word God, invisible will His power, and nature has been clearly seen being understood from what has been made visible, so that people are without excuse. So when we say eternal, that God given to us to His will, it really happened. So, and the natural law will decide us to follow to His will. So it's stated in the book that there is no exception, and it's not the will of human person, but it's the will of God that lead us to eternal. Natural law. So necessarily take precedence over positive laws. Not all that is legal in human society reflects the law that dictates on the human person as ethical in accordance with natural law. What is legal then is not always necessarily moral. And man's participation in the execution of the good and avoidance of evil through the use of his or her reason and will. So this says that human being possess inherent values that govern our reasoning and behavior, and system of right or justice held to be common to all humans and derived from nature rather than the rules of society or positive law. The good is to be done and pursued, and evil should avoided. The relational and perfection of love, Aquinas. So, domestic ethics is incomplete if does not end with the love that is directed toward God. So, this is the main core of showing that you care and love God, to show what is right and wrong. So, the three contemporary questions. So, first, who am I? So, who am I started from knowing yourself, or a self-reflection of what your purpose, and to know who you are. And who do I want to be? To have a determination of your purpose in life. And how can I get there? Life and drive and purpose to get what you want in life. Conclusion. So, Thomas Aquinas was influenced in his articulation of the theory of natural law. He showed us that the universe was determined by an order of love that ought to define the sense of the good of the human being. So, it is important that we valued Thomas Aquinas' philosophy to become good in terms of our conduct, especially it start in yourself, to become a better servant of God and also in the society. So always do good and avoid evil. And that's it. Thank you and God bless again.